Hey, what's happening, people? You're tuning in to Music and Motivation with Chris Davis. This is episode 133, and today is Monday, June 21st. Happy Father's Day. Hope y'all having a tremendous day. Let's kick it off with a little bit of music from my jazz band. See if y'all can catch it. Count us off.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
Extended outro. Sorry about that. Well, not sorry. I hope y'all enjoyed that. You know what I mean? So that's my jazz band, the Jazz Operators, with Douglas Basso on drums and my lovely wife, KD, on bass. And that's just a snippet from practice, but that's my favorite things by, well, I don't actually know who it's by originally, but we love the Coltrane version. It's one of those jazz standards that everybody kind of knows at this point. And some of my students don't actually have never heard of The Sound of Music. That's where I first heard my favorite things. Julie Andrews singing it. But that's despite the point. How are you guys doing? Happy Monday. Grateful to be here as always. Grateful for y'all. And you know what, man? I woke up and was having trouble getting in the headspace for the podcast today. And for real, guys, I couldn't be more grateful for you guys. And I don't have any crazy dreams of grandeur. I know that most of my listenership is either just friends and family at this point, but I want you guys to know, man, if you're a friend of mine listening to this, thank you. You rock. Honestly, man, this summer is supposed to be a time of barbecues and bonfires and going on fishing trips and camping trips and all sorts of stuff with the people you love and cherish. And it's just been busy, man. Feels like I'm, being a savage. And that's the goal. That's the goal, is to keep being a savage and to keep hustling. But like I always say week after week, it's important to acknowledge when you need a break. And I got a little bit of a break this week. Last week I had Sunday off. I try not to work 7 to 6 out of 7 days a week, you know what I mean? But this week it couldn't be avoided. And that's because I really enjoy spending time with my wife. If there is one person that loves spending time with me, it's her. You know what I mean? And I love that we still have that vibe for each other, that at the end of the day, there's no one else I'd rather be hanging out with. You know what I mean? So it was a good weekend with her. Lots of quality time. We even went out and did a few things we haven't anticipated for a while. Like we went to the mall, had to go shopping for Father's Day, and took a little excursion. You know what I mean? Which, growing up, the mall was the place to hang out when in my generation. I don't know. And there was something about the St. Louis West County Mall, the closest mall to me, my vicinity, that was really cool. It was still kind of retro. It had sort of a 90s, but a little more upgraded kind of vibe. But I don't know. It was nice back in the day to peruse the mall with your homies. So, love spending time with her. She's my number one Goomba, And she's also the producer for the Comedy by Coincidence podcast. So go check that out if you haven't already. And there's going to be another episode dropping here midweek as a little surprise, and you can be ahead of the surprise if you listen to this. So, hope y'all are doing well, 100%. Actually, it seemed like this week I kept getting call after call from different homies that weren't doing all right. In fact, a couple of them were doing less than all right, and that just brings a whole lot of grief to my heart, and especially when it's stuff that I can't fix. There's nothing in the world that Chris can do to change a bad situation sometimes. I'll do everything I can if I can, but just, God, I hate when put in a situation when somebody's wishes you had some cool, knowledge, some cool know-how to get them out of something, and you're just like, doggy dog, you messed yourself up, dude. You can only do so much, though, and at the end of the day, the biggest thing that makes a real Goomba is having that love, loyalty, and respect in our hearts. Am I right? That's what I talk about on this show, what makes a real savage and what makes a Goomba, And I had to be a real Goomba this week for a couple of people, and I love it. I love it. And I love you guys. So if you guys ever need anything, man, if you need just a little hint of advice or just somebody to go through it with you a little bit, feel for you, have an empathetic and sympathetic heart to, help you out a little bit. You always voice message into the show. You can do that on our Anchor page or on the Anchor app at the Music and Motivation page. You can always send something to any of our social media, 100%, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, even davismusicpro.com, or our email, which is always in the link below. But I hope y'all are having a good week. Let's all try, hey, hands in, like a soccer team or like a football team, everybody put the hands in. We're going to go, let's do this week right, guys. You got this. I got this. You got this. We're going to kill it this week. Good shit. And, I was right on 10 minutes. Sweet. Good job, dude. Anyways, a little bit of coffee. It's a hard wake up this morning, but we're getting through it, man. Like I said, we're going to kill it this week. Let's see. Let's do a couple tips for surviving the week, shall we? Number 1, tip for surviving the week. Call your parents. Maybe just once a week. If nothing else, just to check in. If you still got parents, it's worth a while because, you still got parents. You know what I mean? Some people don't have that, and it's a gift, honestly. I made sure to take the time to cherish Father's Day with my dad, make sure he had a good day. It seemed like when I got over there, it was like all hell and everybody had been helping all day. So like I just hopped in and without, anybody tell me what to do, I'm just like, hey, Dad, what do you need? Let's go do this. Let's finish dinner up. Let's get this smorgasbord on the table. So, honestly, I'm pretty sure my whole family appreciated having me around in that instance. Also, I wore my new tracksuit with the leopards and stuff. Not the leopards, the tigers and toucans and everything, man. I love that thing. Had to stunt, though. They dug it. My dad at least dug it. I don't know how the rest of my family felt. But I pulled out a biblical reference on them, and it solved everything. My mom was like, I don't know about that. I had to do a quick intermission because my system freaked out. So we're going to see if this show keeps rolling for now, okay? I think we saved it, but we'll see. Everything seems to be a new system and everything. We're figuring it out. Here's to you guys, real quick. It's nice to be appreciated. That's what I was remembering over Father's Day. And I think another thing to do, tip number 2 for surviving the week, make a list of the people that genuinely bring joy into your life. And those are the Goombas you need to be calling once or twice every 2 weeks to check in on. I checked in on one of my Goombas this week who was making some crazy decisions, rash, out of their mind kind of stuff. And I ain't going to say who, but like sometimes they just need to hear somebody from a different perspective to be like, oh, wow, that does sound nuts. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. Sometimes if you check in, you never know what they're going to say. And B, you never know what you're going to prevent. You know what I mean? I think I might have prevented one of my friends from getting dead over dumb shit. Who needs that, So, again, sometimes all it takes is just hearing from a different perspective to keep somebody from doing something really stupid, okay? Tip number 3 for surviving the week. Find the little joys at work that make you enjoy a job and try not to forget them, dude. It's been summer and everybody at my job is like either taking off work, playing summer shows, doing their thing, which I'm going to be doing as well. So I'm trying to like stay strong. I'm feeling a little overloaded some days, and that's okay. because they wouldn't do it if they didn't believe in me. Okay, and that's kind of a bullshit line I have to tell myself. B, it's a job I really enjoy. You know what I mean? As long as I have an instrument in my hand, I'm good. You know what I mean? Most days. I'm a happy camper, and that's what I really enjoy about my job is I get to play music, and I think I have a positive, you know, a positive influence on people, you know. And I try to bring a positive energy into the workplace too. You know what I mean? It's tough on those days where I'm feeling overloaded. So I really got to think to the tiny things that really make my gig worth it and make it wholeheartedly awesome to me. So think about the couple things that really make your job awesome to you and grip them tight. You know what I mean? Hold them tight like a puppy that you never want to let put down. You know what I mean? Because some days it gets hard. And when it gets hard, we got to think about those things. You know what I mean? I don't know, guys. Let's keep rolling. Let's do some tips for musicians and music lovers. I 100% am not getting any of our normal sound clips to play right now. So I'm sorry, guys. We're probably just going to go no sound clips today. But that's okay. Let's see. What's tip number 1 every week for musicians and music lovers? Should be keep practicing. And I was guilty this week. This week I played a show and then got I can't say no practice because we had rock band practice, but definitely did not do my share of practicing this week. And there's no one to get mad at you. There's no one to feel guilty for but yourself, because you're the one you're cheating if you're not practicing, guys. Your skill level won't increase. You might lose stuff if you don't practice between 2 to 3 weeks at a time. It happens, But to stay sharp, we got to keep practicing. Whatever it is, it doesn't have to be music either. It could be welding. It could be nursing. It could be cheerleading. It could be fixing tables. So, you just got to keep practicing, guys. Tip number 2 for musicians. This one I had to tell to 4 different musicians this week. Don't get down on yourself. Don't get down on yourself because of where you're at, because chances are you're doing better than 70% of musicians out there. Also, chances are you're at a really good point as a musician and you just aren't giving yourself enough credit. You know what I mean? So don't get down on yourself. Just go back to tip number 1 and keep practicing. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. Tip number 3. Tip number 3 for musicians and music lovers. If you're going to jam with people and you enjoy jamming with somebody, here's the thing that separates jamming with people from starting a band. Don't start a band with people who just want to jam, who aren't down to go play shows, who don't, you know what I mean? Aren't down to build as musicians. Find those people who are just as driven as you, of equal drive and equal creativeness, and you will have chemistry beyond words, dude. And that good band chemistry is amazing. Amazing, dude. Rock band practice the other day. Tremendous. You know what I'm saying? Tremendous. Couldn't ask for a better group of people to be jamming with. Couldn't ask for a better set list. And we wrote not 1, not 2, but 3 originals last practice. So we're killing it, bro. When the chemistry's there, the music just solidifies like magic. You know what I mean? And I feel like we're in that magic hour right now. And it's beautiful. So I recommend, if you haven't jammed with anybody lately, start jamming with people who you don't know their drive, but with that jamming session is almost like an audition where you can gauge their drive, their creativity level, their ambition, and how much they match your sound. You know what I mean? But be open to jamming with most people. You know what I mean? And stay away from people who don't have that drive or have zero drive. Or like, yeah, I just sort of play guitar. I'm not good. That's that loser's mentality, man. We need to just keep away from it so we don't get caught up in it as well. You know what I mean? Nothing's going to keep you down like yourself. No one else is keeping you from achieving. It's really you, man. It really is. I have to tell myself that all the time. I'm my own worst enemy most days, which is why I try to keep to the schedule. Why I try to keep to the goals, you know? But if you haven't, maybe write down a list of goals, dude, that you can cross off throughout the week. It really helps me out, dude. I swear to God. Let's see, what else could we talk about? Oh, that's it for tips for musicians, everybody. Let's see what else we got. Real quick, I'm gonna try something new out, and it might not work. We're gonna check. I'm gonna try something. What's up, everybody? I think it's working. All right. Well, welcome to the music and motivation internet searching stuff. Let's talk about albums of the week. I'm going to search best albums of all time. We did Rolling Stones last time. Man, that's a different list than they had last week. That's ridiculous. Okay. Let's see if we can find somebody that's not Rolling Stones, though. Let's find somebody that's like actually. I don't know what we're doing here, man. Okay, best-selling albums of all time. Let's try this. This is Business Insider. This would be... Okay, let's see what they say. I think they had the list over here. Dang it, I can't just... Okay. Let's see. Okay, we want the bottom of the list. Hold on. Okay, we're getting close. Hold on. All right, number one best-selling albums of all time. We got the Eagles' Greatest Hits, 1971 to 75. And actually, I remember this album very well growing up. So does my man Farmer, I'm pretty sure. But this had all of their best hits from when they went, like, from when they hit the, like, rock scene. Because they started out as a country band, and then they added Joe Walsh in the mix, and that's kind of how Hotel California came around. Okay, second best-selling album of all time, we got Michael Jackson's Thriller at certified 33 million sold. Let's see how many Eagles sold. 38 million on the Eagles. Okay, I mean, I could have seen this as being number one too, so 100, that's no surprise there. Okay, Eagles Hotel California coming in at number 3. Certified sold 26 million. I mean, how many times have you heard that on the radio? Am I right? Okay, number 4, AC/DC's Back in Black sold 25 million, and this was when they came back after their original singer died. So, like, could you imagine coming, like, you have to replace the lead singer, who's like the front man, who's like the heart and soul of the band. You replace him with a new guy. You release one album, and that goes to number 4, bro. That's insane, dude. It's insane to me. We got the White Album by the Beatles. Sold 24 million. Okay. We got Billy Joel's Greatest Hits, Volumes 1 and 2, which my mom had this one for sure, too. But she loved that Billy Joel. Sold 23 million. Okay, one of my favorite Zeppelin albums, Zeppelin 4, which has Stairway to Heaven on it, When the Levee Breaks. Sold 23 million, right in there with Billy Joel. Let's see. The Wall by Pink Floyd sold 23 million. That's incredible. Right there with Stand with Led Zeppelin. It says Comfortably Numb and some of their top hits too. Oh no. We got Garth Brooks Double Live, which sold 21 million, which that's a live album too. That's kind of insane to me. But what's also insane to me is that it's Garth Brooks, dude. I'm not a huge Garth Brooks fan. If you go check out any of his like social media, he's like the creepiest dude ever. He also went through a phase. By the way, okay, I'm gonna pull up Garth Brooks so we all know who I'm talking about. Hold on. Hold on. All right. So this, oh man, they did him dirty, dude. They did him really dirty here. Okay, but that's like current Garth Brooks, I guess. This is young Garth Brooks, the heartthrob that everybody loved in the 90s, right? Okay. Okay. He did have them looks, okay? And he had such great hits as Friends in Low Places, bro. This is actually probably a better image of how he looks today, honestly. That's what he looks like. He kind of looks like my Uncle Perry if he went on to. I'm sorry if that's a bad analogy, Uncle Perry, but you get what I'm talking about. He's got the same facial hair, bro. I mean, he wears it good. It's fine. It's all good. But anyways, Garth Brooks, the reason I'm hating on him is he went through a rock phase where at the beginning of the 2000s he wanted to create an alter ego. I'm just going to search Garth Brooks alter ego. Yeah, it's the first thing to come up. Here. He went by Chris Gaines. This is the same guy. They have a couple of pictures side by side. Here we go. Again, this is like early 2000s. Garth Brooks went by Chris Gaines for a little bit. He poses both for interviews in like the same hour. You know what I mean? It was crazy. It was insane, dude. I'm trying to get a good like they did him dirty here, bro. That's insane to me, dude. But he wanted to hit the rock scene. Anyways, I got off on a tangent. Let's get back to our what's number 10? Hootie and the Blowfish. Cracked rear view. Certified sold 21 million. Now that is also a surprise to me. Then we got Fleetwood Mac, but we're only talking top 10. Shania Twain is number 12. I guess. And then there's Garth Brooks. Look at young Garth Brooks, man. He was stunting, bro. But that's the same guy who went by Chris Gaines, dude. That's all I'm saying. I don't know what's going on there. All right, we out of this. And then here's a view of what would be our soundboard that's not working today. It's not tremendous at all. What you gonna do though? So guys, let's see what else is going on. A little bit of Chris Davis news again. Happy Father's Day to everybody out there. Both my awesome father, who has always been there for me and probably the coolest dad I could have ever asked for, but also those father figures out there who, you know, had a big impact on me as well, dude. What was my grandparents, my uncle, you know, my uncles, you know. But, you know, it's good to have positive influences. And, you know, not everybody has a good dad. And if you're one of those certain people who have kind of a rough relationship with your father, what you need to take away from that is if you're going to be a dad, just be better. Be better, you know what I mean? Be the best you can be, despite the odds, and take a look at those other positive male figures in your life. Like I was saying, like your uncles, grandfathers, people who, you know, coaches. I had really amazing coaches growing up too. But yeah, guys, I hope y'all had a tremendous Father's Day. By the way, last Wednesday I talked about the show at the Roadhouse. Went perfect. I might even, if we're lucky, play out on the video from there. But we'll see. The system's been kind of funky. We'll see if it works. Let's see. But yeah, the Roadhouse show went amazing. The band did great. Couldn't have asked for a better band. Kelly did some amazing stuff comping on bass, and want to shout her out for being a jazz great. You know what I mean? Let's see. Not much else is up. Just remember to, at all times, be respectful, man. Have that love, loyalty, and respect in your heart. and you'll be all right. So thanks for listening today, guys. I'll be back on Wednesday for sure. And I'm trying to get a guest here lined up for the next episode or two. So thank you for tuning in. Have a great week and keep working at it, you savages. Y'all rock. Let's see if I can pull up this. I don't know if I'll be able to pull up this video, honestly. I don't think I will. Hold on. Maybe if I'm crazy. Hold on. Let's see. Is everything still working? I think it is. I don't know if this will work. Let's see. We're going to go over to my Facebook because I know it's on there. Oh, shout out to my dad. Look at us being crazy. That was at a concert, believe it or not. Oh, there's Ty Young. If you're ever interested in checking out Comedy by Coincidence, that's where to go. Wow, when you can't find it. All right, guys. Well, anyways, this is us from the Roadhouse. So, it was pretty tight. Have a great rest of your week, y'all. Mad love and respect. Thanks for tuning in. Be good.